Hey there. Good morning. So glad to be with you all this morning. And I want to talk about the highs and the lows of being a new mom. And also, just to touch on the fact that um, from the high, we're talking about the highs and lows, but the high of being just extremely grateful to the low of being extremely uncertain of what to do next. If you don't know me, my name is Chris Reap. I'm a certified neuro coach, and I'm also an affiliate with a global health food company who specializes in plant powders. And I am so happy to be with you right now. The highs of just being so grateful. Pregnancy is over. For some, that's not so great. For some, it's like it is great. For me, it was great. I wanted to just stay pregnant because I could not understand how that baby could come out. And it wasn't until the last couple days that I was like, okay, this has got to happen. But I'll tell you what, whatever it is, you're just grateful that labor and delivery is behind you and you are holding your new baby. And oh my goodness, what a thrill to know that everything's okay and and you have a baby. You're a mom now, um, and in real life. And so there's so many awesome things about being a mom, just knowing that there's a little person who you are their world and they totally depend on you for everything and they look to you for everything. And it's so special to think that you're a mom that is going to influence a little person for their life and even into generations. So it's a real privilege, to be a mom. And and so there's that aspect of it that's just like exhilarating. And then there's the other side that's like, wow, I didn't expect all this. I didn't know I would feel so uncertain, like I was in limbo. I don't know what to expect next. Um, Sometimes I feel like I'm in um, baby bondage because every minute, every waking minute of my life is all wrapped up around the baby. And so I wasn't really expecting how all encompassing and all consuming that was going to be. And and so anyway, we're moms and we love it and it's a lot of work, right? Also coming off of that labor and delivery is just the need to get better, to get stronger, to heal, and to find our rhythm with this new little person. And so when I came home from the hospital with my first, it was like I was so confident that I knew exactly what to do to take care of my baby. I'm the oldest of 6, and I have lots of cousins and lots of family. Babies were nothing new to me, and so I was just very confident that I would just sail through this part. But what I realized, because I didn't know what to do, I wanted to meet the baby's every need, right? And I didn't always know what that was. So whenever they would whimper, whatever happened, especially the first time around, I was like, they must be hungry. And so I would feed them. I mean, and this was like 24/7. And I was getting really, really tired. And I I wanted to have enough milk. I wanted to be rested. I wanted to feel happy and joyful. And yet I was exhausted because the whim of the baby was just seemed constant. And so I also learned, surprisingly, that after a night of up and down, um, in the morning, my hubby, sweet first time dad, would say, "Well, how was your night? Did he sleep all night?" And I'm going, "Oh my word, he didn't even hear." I said, "You didn't hear him?" And he said, "No, I didn't hear him at all." Well, what I realized that um, I would hear the baby, like I said, at a whimper. It didn't have to be an all out cry. It was just a whimper. And so surely when it was a loud, loud cry, daddy would hear the baby, but most of the time we're tied in pretty close to baby. And so that was a revelation because it was like, wow, it really is all on me. And so I realized that I really needed help, for me specifically, because I had thoughts and I had questions and I had things that were going around and around in my own head that I sometimes didn't feel were very positive and were very helpful. And I really wanted to know how babies think. I would often say to them when I was changing them, "So what's going on in your mind? What are you thinking about?" Um, and of course, they didn't answer, but so, um, so from day one, though, God has made us to need Him. Okay, no question. And He made us with a brain, gave us a brain, and that brain's number one job is to keep us safe and loved and in the familiar. And so that's what we do. We want to stay safe and know that we're loved and be in the familiar. And I think that's why baby is so attached to mom, because for 9 months he or she heard mom's heartbeat and her every move, and he baby is so attached um, to mom and is extra sensitive to mom because he was attached. That's where he started. And so moms are very, very important, and God made us that way. Um, and this is the deal: moms want a plan because they want to feel safe and loved and in the familiar as well. And so I found it wasn't with my first one, had lots of questions and never felt like I was doing anything right. Definitely had new mom syndrome. I was insecure and always comparing myself to other people. I just didn't feel confident that I was being a good mom. And I had so many questions. And I don't know how I came across this book. I think probably a friend told me about it. But there is a pediatrician and also an infant care specialist who wrote a book called On Becoming Baby Wise, Giving Your Infant the Gift of Nighttime Sleep. And as you know, when you're rested, you have a whole nother perspective, right? You can think, you can see more clearly. So everything's better. And when you're exhausted, you can't. And so the gift of nighttime sleep is imperative. It really is, for mom and dad and for baby and for baby. So what we're talking about here is a plan. And I love this. And I would highly recommend that you go on Amazon and look that up, On Becoming Baby Wise, and just read what the description of the book and how it came about and so forth. But there's also a nurse that talks about who she's a certified lactation educator, and she tells the story about her first baby compared to her second baby, and what a difference this plan made for her and her parenting. Do that. And I love books. I think they are so important. They're so good. They teach those broad brush principles, like I said at the beginning. But here we are. There are still a myriad of questions that are specific to you because everyone has different thought patterns and different needs. And so, in having that information, we can apply it. And I think to get there even quicker and easier, it's wonderful to have someone who can listen to you, hear how you're thinking, and help you through that process. And you know what? I would love to be that person. If you are interested and you want to go a little bit deeper into this, um, I would love to come alongside you, and we could just book a call, a 15-minute call, if you wanted to go a little deeper, and we can talk about how you are doing and what your questions are. All you need to do is shoot me an email at chrisreep@gmail.com, and note how it's spelled, no H, two S's. So chrisreep@gmail.com, and I'll send you my calendar link, and we'll get on our calendars to connect. I would so love to hear what's going on with you, and um, I'm sure that we can come up with a plan specific to you that would be very helpful, quick, easy, and it would be wonderful to meet you. Have a wonderful day. Look forward to seeing you soon. I'm getting there.